Well, hello, my soul friends. It is Victoria on the Soul Nurturer channel. I am back from vacation in Hawaii, and let me tell you what, probably the first vacation ever, I completely 100% clocked out. It's so bad that I had what I call vacation brain. I just couldn't think of what day it was or what was, anyway, it's all good. I'm back now, and I'm back clocking back into being of service to my viewers out there, to my clients, to fulfill my soul mission. So welcome to the Soul Nurturer channel. If you have not stopped by here before, I'm all about helping you unfold your beautiful and unique soul journey through the human experience. So watch some other videos if you feel called, and hopefully something I'm saying does resonate with you and supports you right where you are. It's a good reminder that you're not alone. This topic I'm about to talk about here is, I really want to really emphasize that we're all doing the best we can, and it's really we have to. It's important to pause and practice compassion, self-regulate, create a safe, grounded inner environment, your inner world, so that when the external world is, well, doing what it's doing, it's like really, we're growing through some intensely transformational times. And I remember years ago I was doing a vision quest, and I kept having this feeling of an agitation cycle in the wash. That, yes, and it's like stirring up all of our stuff. Why? For the purpose of healing individually, so that we can collectively emerge something new through us and for all of us. We're just in the midst of a lot of the shaking, all the birth quaking, all of the stuff. So I wanted to talk about how to utilize the healing opportunities. Yeah, we can call them that. I know that I don't always feel like that when we're in the middle of being triggered. We're really feeling, especially my empaths out there, we're really feeling the heaviness of the world. We're really super tender because we're already holding so much, right? So I want to talk about how to ride the waves of transformational energy and claim them as opportunities. And as I often say, we're riding these waves of transformational energy to the new shore we've yet to get to. So we're in some choppy waters, and we've got a lot of stirring and agitation within us and in the world. So when we take personal responsibility for our own inner worlds, then we're contributing from a greater place. So I thought I would talk about that today. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. But the commenting, and you're not limited. I want you to feel unlimited. Comment it as much as you want. Comments that I personally love are where you're watching from, how long you've been watching. I'd love to know that too. What personally opened up in you as you are hearing me share what I'm sharing? Where is it resonating with you? What does it bring to mind? Anything like that. I love to know where what I'm sharing lands out there. Okay. And also you can email me. Some like to email me directly at thesoulnurturer@gmail.com. Okay. All right. So yes, we are in a major rebirthing cycle. So first of all, as we are trying to emerge these new possibilities through being triggered, why we're triggered is, what I believe, is we get triggered into our deep wounded places in order to clean, I call it tending and mending the old wounds, be aware and mindful of the root beliefs that were generated when we didn't have the cognitive ability to make a different choice, and to move from the wounded experience to an empowered way of being, where you can more fully show up, more fully express, more fully contribute what you are here to do, and we're all needed. So, okay, I think of being triggered as kind of like the contractions of birthing. I personally have not birthed a child. I say I've birthed many people through my heart, but through birthing, contractions are when the muscles tighten and then they relax and expand. The muscles tighten, relax, and expand. So I think of, that's what triggering is like, is when you're triggered, and triggered, by the way, is being overreactive to an external experience. It's never about the thing you think it's about. But when you're really triggered, you flipped your lid, and I want to talk to you about that real quick. This I got from Actually, I got it from Tara Brach, who got it from Dan Siegel, a psychiatrist, the flip the lid demonstration. But, self regulation is keeping yourself calm, grounded, doing your breath work, being the objective witness, like observing, not absorbing for my empaths out there. That is the main goal of practice every day. Just going to observe. I call it sacred awareness. What's going on? Like you're watching a movie and not absorbing all of the intensity you're experiencing. And the more you practice self acceptance and self compassion, the more you can stay in this place, right? And compassion for others, right? If you can, before you flip your lid, which I'm going to show you, anybody flipping their lids out there lately? We're in some intense energy right now. And it's really waking up energy. I keep having this feeling of God, the universe saying, you can't do it this way anymore. It's like, so all your stuff is getting stirred up, but it's an invitation to do it the new way. I really do feel like sometimes when I cry with my clients sometimes, and I honestly feel like I call them sacred tears. I feel like it's God crying through me saying, I want so much more for you. And that's something we all have to remember when we're going through our challenges. Creator wants something more for you. But we have to want something more for ourselves. We have to be willing to say, I'm not going to keep doing it the old way. I'm going to emerge the new way. And this is the rebirthing, right? Okay. So flipping your lid. Okay. Really quick demonstration. So this is kind of just a model of the brain, an intact brain, our prefrontal cortex here, frontal cortex. The thumb represents the limbic system. And this area here represents the brainstem, right? So intact, we're regulated, we are able to navigate, we're practicing mindfulness, there's a situation going on, and we're not reactive, we're in a observing, responsive mode. But when we're dysregulated and like there's a lot going on, there's a lot of external stimulation, there's an event that's happening that's very similar to something that happened unconsciously, it's in your unconscious that happened a while ago, that was never healed, and it could have been healed, but it's requiring a deeper healing. It's like this, your psyche is getting overstimulated, and then it's like you flip your lid and you can no longer be in observation and like, okay, this is okay. When we're regulated and we're mindful, we can be grounded, breathe through it. But when and this is where we can respond. But I do this with my clients sometimes, like you're overreactive, and then pretty soon it's like, I'm flipping my lid. I'm flipping my lid. Sorry if that offends you, but that's what it's like. I have no other thing to do but be in reaction, right? And we flip our lids, and when we're here, there's no way to. It's almost impossible to manage what's going on in a way that is authentically aligned with your soul, with your highest intentions. So this is when you need to go tend and mend to yourself until you can regulate, get to a place of that higher perspective. And this is where I want to invite you to be after these events happen, to utilize the triggered experience, whether it's just an event that just really flips you out, or it's an ongoing something that you're constantly triggered, to use it as a healing opportunity. So here are some ways to do that, okay? So first of all, remember that you are the common denominator of your experiences, right? So of course, it's when somebody hurts us, we want to assess what's going on. Like, what is it about the person? Now, we can be stuck there though, because we can just be in shame or blaming them, when blame, remember, is shadow material. Shadow is where we've suppressed something in us. So it is, but I do want to give some space for honoring your feelings, honoring what you just experienced, right? But with compassionately for yourself, and with willingness and curiosity to say, okay, I'm never going to let myself be this wounded again. I want to go into this wound. I want to emerge what's under, rumbling around in there, what's got shaken up or released, so that I can be more present and I can tend and mend that wound. And so here's some ways to do that. What was going on presently, in present moment? What did it remind you of? What was familiar about it? Like another time you felt that way, okay? And I'll give you an example in just a moment. What beliefs and wounds got opened up during your triggering? See, triggering is really a gift. It's like showing you the way to the deeper core wound so that you can decide and choose in the present moment, I am not going to feel disempowered anymore. So then, okay, next step. What did you need that you didn't receive? Establishing what was needed in the present moment can take you back to a time when you needed something when you were younger and it's familiar. You didn't have the power, you didn't have the cognitive ability, you didn't have maybe the voice to say, hey, this is what I need, right? But now you do. So what did you need? And how can you, number one, cultivate that in yourself? And if it's a person that you can practice at this level with, to identify the need and then tell them, okay, I take responsibility for being triggered, but here's what happened for me, and this is what I needed. And you're going to only ask that or share that with a person who's capable of meeting your need. Remember, this is where triggering can go into a loop, because we're with somebody or we're in an experience where the need is never going to be met. You're keeping the wound open. We want to heal. We want to reclaim, right? So then, of course, offer yourself compassion. And again, that tending and mending to the wound. And this could look like putting your hand over your heart and, oh yeah, this is familiar. I remember a time when, I was 9 and it was very similar and I didn't have the power to do anything different. And I do today. And also, feel like a big stretch, but have compassion for the person who's triggering you. Because remember, we're all doing the best we can through our unconscious programming. I always think, when Jesus says, forgive them, they know not what they do, that it's like speaking about the creation of the subconscious mind, where a lot of people are not even aware. It's an underneath in their world that they haven't done their inner work or soul work regarding and healing, and don't have the awareness, right? Forgive them, they know not what they do, for they don't have awareness. And this can be frustrating for people who are practicing at this level of healing and awareness, right? Like, can you all just be aware with me so I don't have to constantly be triggered? I mean, that would be a perfect world, right? Where everyone's aware, awake, compassionate, and willing, right? Okay. So here's the next step. Then turn the wounded belief into an empowered belief. Okay, so let me give you an example. So say I'm triggered. This happened not too long ago for me, and it's one of my original wounds. When you have an original wound, they don't go away. They're the portals of the gifts that get rebirthed through, like constantly a source, a well of gifts that come from the wound. So they don't go away. We heal at different levels, and we go deeper with them to reclaim and provide greater gifts for others through ourselves, especially my wounded healers. This is the whole thing about being a wounded healer. The wounds are there for a reason. My hair, I always fidget with my hair on camera. Stop it. Sorry, not sorry. I think it's just like one of those things. I don't look in the mirror this long, so I'm just noticing like, oh, my hair, okay. I notice this on Marco Polo with my friends too. We're always fidgeting with our hair. All right. So for me, the I don't matter, that's an old one, comes up for me a lot. I grew up in a family we were in 100%, 1000% survival mode. My mom, single mom, didn't have time to really see me and pause and be with me. My sisters were older, they were doing their own thing. I felt very alone and very unseen, had experiences of not being heard. And so, this happened not too long ago. I was talking to a few people and I asked a couple questions and nobody was responding. I was like, am I invisible? Or are they hearing me? But it was a very heightened experience and a lot got triggered. There's a lot of things going on. And that's another thing. When we're triggered, there's a lot of overstimulation. And if you are already, like, say, weakened here, like you are like about to flip your lid, like you're tired, your body is hurting, you haven't eaten, you're hangry, things like that. You're like on the verge, really, you haven't practiced your own self and soul care. It's easier to get triggered. Okay. So in the event that recently happened, I could have said, well, these people are just rude. They're not listening to me. They're not talking to me. They're not whatever. But because I was so triggered, I was so reactive, I knew I've been doing this long enough to say, this is my work. This is my inner work. And eventually, as you do this inner work over and over again, you begin to be grateful for the people who trigger you. You're like, all right, they led me to a place that I need to heal in order to be more empowered in my soul potential, to be my highest and greatest being in this moment. So it's there could be gratitude, right? You're like, yeah, right, Victoria, talk to me about that. Well, not in the present and not in the moment when you're being triggered, but after you've facilitated your own healing, you can have gratitude. Okay, so then so if I identified what's this familiar, or it reminds me of not being listened to as a child, what belief was there? Oh, I don't matter. I'm not valued, perhaps. I'm, and when I'm not seen, so you just fill in the blanks. When I'm not seen, I make that mean, and we take personal responsibility. You don't say that means, but I make that mean because you are the creator of your inner world. All of your beliefs, you chose them, even though you may have chosen them at a time when you didn't have more capacity to choose greater for yourself, right? So that compassion too, when you put your hand over your heart, I want you to think of the younger child and just imagine that younger child and that you are present to them in the way that they needed, or you're meeting the need for them, whatever that need is that opened up the belief of whatever the negative belief was. So then you empower, you claim, yes, I do matter, and these people, this situation, maybe they don't know that I matter, but it's not their responsibility. That's mine. I get to see now that me being triggered means that I don't believe that's somewhere for me. So then you do some facilitation of mattering. And what does it look like? What does it feel like? What would be different? How would you respond? What choices are available when you claim the empowered belief? Okay. And then visualize that. Visualize, even though, the event has happened, I want you to visualize feeling the empowered belief. How would it have been different? How would you have responded, perhaps stayed in your power? The reason why you want to visualize it is you want to put footprints in your subconscious mind. You want to keep that path open to the new way of being. Make it so familiar to you that when something similar like that happens again, you know a new way. Okay? Hope this helps. I just want to do a short but sweet video. I don't think I know how to do short but sweet because I was going to do this in 5 minutes. It's now almost 18 minutes, but this is my love pouring out to all of you. And, I feel like that's what we're here to do. When we have great healing opportunities, we have facilitated our own healing, we share it. It's like the ripple effect. So may this healing invitation ripple out into you, through your body, into your world, for our collective healing and unfolding. All right, please do comment any questions. I'm going to be live on Tuesday. I don't know the date. I'm still not completely out of vacation. So today is Saturday, the 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, right? Is that right? 18th, 19th, 20th. Tuesday the 20th. Is that right? Somebody check me. 5:55 Pacific time. I will be live here. Email me any questions or topics you want me to review on Tuesday at thesoulnurturer.com, or comment underneath this video so that I can prepare a little something for you. All right, let me know how you're doing too. How are you feeling through this birthquake energy? There's a lot going on. Remember, you're emerging new potential. You're rebirthing. Hard work. Be gentle with yourself and others. Offer compassion to yourself and others, and love yourself forward. Okay, sending you so much love. I believe in you. Take good care until we see each other next time. Bye.